Hi, I'm Jeff Caesar. I'm the Executive Director at the Powerhouse here in Durango, Colorado. In normal times, we're an interactive science center and home of the Maker Lab, a member-run workspace for creators and tinkerers of all ages. We closed our doors in mid-March in response to COVID, and in that time, we've become so much more than that. I'd love to take a few minutes and introduce you to some of the staff who are making our evolving work possible this year.
The day we closed the doors to the public, we started looking towards our Maker Lab tools and community to see how we could fulfill critical PPE needs for hospitals and healthcare providers. We laser cut face shields and goggles to help protect frontline staff and preserve critically low supplies of N95 masks. The project grew exponentially larger and more impactful as nearly 1,000 volunteers and donors joined the effort, and otherwise idle businesses redirected their staff and equipment to aid in manufacturing. Home-based sewers rapidly assembled protective gowns at a time when hospitals had nearly run out of clean gowns for their staff. These sewers turned out thousands of face masks that went to patients, healthcare providers, and our public health department before mask wearing became ubiquitous for the rest of the community. The Maker Lab team gained international recognition for its design of a powered air purifying respirator, or PAPR, which ERs and ICUs saw as the gold standard for protecting doctors and nurses exposed to COVID-19 positive patients. Project volunteers managed to solve the technical challenge of reverse engineering this life-saving gear in less than 24 hours. With hospitals at risk of being overrun with patients, our dedicated team worked day and night to produce over $100,000 in PAPRs for delivery in the first week of production. The Maker Lab PAPR was the first DIY respirator put into hospital use during this crisis and has since been shared as an open source resource to be freely replicated in other communities. In just 60 days, the Four Corners COVID response team distributed over 20,000 PPE items to 128 facilities in 27 communities, all at no cost to the recipients.
The Powerhouse fully reopened in October, and in a year when families are still living a smaller than normal reality, we wanted to bring children the biggest opportunities we can. From 250 million years of evolving life through our Dinosaur Discoveries program, through celebrating our space heroes in our 50th anniversary celebration of the Apollo 14 mission. Powerhouse wants to be a place where children can continue to ignite their curiosity, explore, experiment, and dream of the stars. At the Powerhouse, children and their horizons come first. Our most ambitious project in the midst of COVID is a community-wide collaboration between the Powerhouse and 12 other youth-serving organizations to provide an opportunity for students to both pursue their academic goals as well as have some enrichment opportunities. For example, the Durango Learning Lab partners with the Durango Art Center for an art or a theater class. Maybe you could go biking with Devo, or perhaps you actually do some field studies with the Mountain Studies Institute.
None of this would be possible without the generous support of donors like you. Despite the challenges of COVID, we're committed to working as boldly and creatively as we possibly can this year to keep this from being a lost year for children and families. Please consider a gift to sustain and support our work in this most unusual of years. Thank you.